Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 14. Today's topic, anything to do with Thanksgiving, and if we run out of that, we'll talk about whatever. So, Sal.
Yeah.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I am going up to South Dakota to spend Thanksgiving with my boyfriend, and to be honest, it feels a little weird. I've always either spent Thanksgiving alone or with like my immediate family. Don't worry, alone by choice.
Okay.
Like it's sad in the moment, but at the same time, the alternative is going home to my immediate family who I don't get along with that well.
Okay.
Like the ones that I do get along with, like really well, live out in California, so that was never really an option.
Right. Last time you tried to go to California, you kind of broke down in Colorado.
That was 2 times ago.
Nice.
Last time I made it. So there's that, and I don't know, it just like I'm excited for it, but it's also really nervous because this will be the first time I'm meeting like the bulk of his family. I've only met one of his brothers, and he still has another brother and like another set of nieces and nephews and his parent. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, and it's like a holiday, so it's like I feel like I should have met you before this, but this is fine.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, this will actually probably be the first Thanksgiving that I don't go to Jewel, Kansas, where so a long time ago, that's where my grandma and grandpa lived. And so the aunts and uncles on my dad's side would all come to that house.
Okay.
And we'd have Thanksgiving. But then they died, and now it's just my aunt out there. She moved from Chicago, and so she keeps the tradition going, and it's really cool. But this year, I'm married, so we have decided to go to Seneca to celebrate with Megan's family. And it should be fun.
So is this the first time you guys are doing that, or do you guys typically do like a joint Thanksgiving?
This is the first time we've decided to, like, I'm not going to my usual Thanksgiving, and then next year she's going to go with me to the Jewel.
Oh, okay. So now you guys
so
are,
it's going to be an every other year sort of thing.
How much longer until you guys just have your own?
I've asked that question, and probably when we have grandchildren.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, like
I guess that makes sense though.
I agree. I think, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, and then Christmas is super easy because like both immediate families are in town in Seneca, and my family usually does all the celebrating on Christmas Eve. Like we open presents and everything on Christmas Eve, and then her family does it Christmas Day, so it works out perfectly. We just go to Seneca and flip-flop. I'm
super happy about Christmas because by that point I'll already be living with him, so there's definitely gonna go to his like family's Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, super excited.
Do we mention that you'll be leaving? And
I don't know if we mentioned it last time because it was still like up in the air. I think.
But now it's good. Now
it's basically official. Yeah,
I think
I'll still have this place, and I'll probably come down. At least
you'll sublease it.
The person I was going to sublease it to that I actually trusted sounds like she won't be moving in.
Oh.
So I'll probably keep it. Mainly so I could keep residency because the plan's only going to stay up there for a semester until he's done with his job up there.
Oh, okay.
To try and come back down here.
Oh.
In which case I'd like it the fact that my furniture would already be here, and I wouldn't necessarily have to stay here, but I could move it somewhere else easier from here.
So then you'd be in Salina again.
Dakota. Yeah.
So it's not a forever thing.
Yeah. Like no, it's literally just supposed to be a semester thing.
Oh well, shit, man. We could restart this after the semester if you want.
Sure. We're only going to be there for a semester because he's leaving, but he just wanted to finish a whole year there.
Oh, okay.
And even then, like, I'm not leaving K-State. I'm just signed up for online classes.
Oh, okay.
So, like, next semester, I'm just going to do all online stuff and live up there predominantly.
And then you'll come back down for the flying stuff.
Yeah, so it's, like, technically living here, technically living there. And I also have to come back down here once a month for, like, National Guard stuff. Oh. So,
cool.
Probably just do that, check my mail, make sure everything's okay. I'll just keep the water and electricity and all that stuff shut off. There's no point.
Well, there you go.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, for a little bit, there's probably going to be no episodes. But, I mean, shit, when you move back down,
Yeah.
Well, that'll be after the semester. I don't know where I'll be.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of curious why you were like, oh yeah, we could get started after that, and I was like, no, not
Maybe.
based on your plans.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I can't see the future. But anyway, back to the topic. We keep going off into our own lives. Like, I don't know if people care, but
yeah, right.
Thanksgiving. What's your favorite part about Thanksgiving?
Not even the eating part. It's more of the being full, and then just everyone lounging around and taking naps until it's time to go Black Friday shopping.
Nice.
Which makes me really excited because Bryce's family does that as a tradition. Like,
oh, really?
They care more about the Black Friday shopping than they do the Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
And like, it's funny because he told me I'm gonna have to stay at home with the kids. Because he was like, all the girls go out, like all the wives and the mom, they go out and they go shopping, and they leave all the kids at home with the dads because they don't care and they just want to watch TV.
Right.
And he was like, so you're gonna stay home with the kids and I'm gonna go shopping. I was like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm not gonna go shopping. And he still thinks that I'm gonna stay home.
You're gonna feel like you thought.
While he goes shopping, and it's like, that's nope. I'm my own person. I'll go if I want to go. They're not my kids, you piece of shit.
I've never been Black Friday shopping.
It's a lot of fun. It's invigorating.
See, I don't have enough. This is really sad. I don't have enough money for it.
Yeah, for me, like, even when I went like to not buy things, it was fun grabbing things for like the people that could.
Oh, nice.
Because like it was like a sense of like, I won. I did this.
Wow.
It was like an accomplishment. And it also felt like a scavenger hunt because the stores are all set up differently. Because like we always went to Walmart Thursday night because that's when they held theirs, and then the other stores would do it in the mornings. But I think that's been changing slowly. Everyone's just doing it Thursday now. And so like Walmart would set things up randomly in the middle of like the walkways, and like they'd have like electronic stuff in the refrigerator area, like with all the food. And like, so you have to find it because you don't know where it's at until you walk into the store and they give you a map of where everything's at. And so like
they give you a map?
Yeah, they give you a map of like, this is where these things are at. Go get it. But it's not like the typical setup. So like there's still the regular electronic stuff where it should be, right? Clothes where it should be.
Right.
The things that are on sale
are all spread out,
moved around in different areas.
Interesting.
And then you have people waiting next to it, and there's just like a big crowd that slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger of people waiting for them to start the Black Friday sale, and then you could just reach in and grab what you want.
Wow, I didn't know it actually got that crazy.
Yeah.
I should probably go to one of those. Black Friday for my family, my mom is at the store working because that's a Black Friday, so she has to work that day.
So, like, I probably wouldn't do it ever in Salina because that seems terrifying.
Oh, there's a bunch of old people in Salina.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'd get mugged in the parking lot.
Probably by one of the meth heads.
I've done it in Manhattan.
You've mugged people in Manhattan?
No.
Oh.
My first one was in Illinois. That was like in a small town area. We were up there for Thanksgiving for my stepdad's mom. And that was when I got into it. I was like, this is fun. And like, once again, like I was only in middle school at that point. I was like, I think I was in 8th grade. And it was grabbing video games that I wanted and then giving them to my mom and be like, which one of these can I have? Because like I just grabbed everything that I wanted. And then the thought of like, when you're done, you could trade with other people. Like, hey, I grabbed this. Did you grab this? I didn't get a chance. Yeah. And then you trade items. It's like a whole economy inside of it too.
Huh.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked it.
I should probably try it out sometime. I don't know if I'll be able to this year. I guess I could go on Black Friday, but I feel like all this shit's gonna be gone by then, so it doesn't even matter. Are you having fun there, Sal? Messing with your mind.
I think the cooler part is going with a group, because then it's like a whole sense of like, you create a plan. You're like, all right, you're going to go here. You're going to go here. This is where we're going to meet up. You grab this. You grab that. Like it's a whole thing.
I definitely need to partake at some point.
You should do it with Megan. It's great for relationships.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it builds teamwork and communication.
It's a
and like you're working towards a common goal. And then when someone gets what you want, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, you did that. You know?
Nice. Maybe I should.
Think of it as like a reality TV show when they do like the events.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're like, fuck yeah, we just beat the other team kind of thing.
I've actually seen videos of like, have you seen those videos where the guy like they set a timer and he has to run around the store and grab as much shit as he can, and whatever he grabs he gets to keep? I fucking love those videos. They're so funny. Like there was one I watched. He ran around and just grabbed like a shit ton of MacBooks and just collected everything. And I was like, why aren't you going for the other things? And then I realized that he was trying to sell them.
Oh yeah.
To get money. And I was like, oh well, okay.
Oh
then.
yeah, that's like rent.
But I would be very possessive, and I'd be like, I want the PlayStation, and I would grab the PlayStation. I'd want the Xbox, and I'd actually keep those things
instead of just grabbing all the PlayStations.
True. Yeah.
And then just selling them to get an Xbox and then have money.
That is true. I could do that. I'll probably never find myself on one of those game shows.
Yeah, right. You have to be lucky. That's pretty cool. What are you doing for New Year's?
For New Year's,
anything?
Oh, fuck, what day is that? No,
I hope you mean day of the week, please.
yeah. I'll probably be working, honestly.
Oh, that's sad.
Except for except for the nighttime when it matters, but like New Year's, so yeah, so nothing. I think I'll just be at home with Megan, and we'll probably just watch the ball drop there.
So it looks like New Year's is going to be Monday going into Tuesday.
Oh God.
So
that's like fun.
I would say it's one of the worst days, but
honestly,
it's like
that means
I
might not work that day. It's possible. I'll have to play it by ear, but currently I'm set up to where I don't work Mondays and Tuesdays.
You know what is going to be weird?
What?
This is going to be the first birthday I have where I don't get to celebrate with my other January birthday friends.
Really? You celebrated with Leanna last year?
Oh, that's not true then, yeah. But I was deployed. That was a special occasion.
Oh, okay. So
I was
before
like
that you celebrated with
out
her.
of contact with everyone even on my birthday. Like that was miserable.
Right.
But yeah, even before that, yeah. Because that was her 21st birthday. And Leanna came down and she celebrated with mine on the 5th. I don't think so. No, because then we went to Lawrence to celebrate Leanna's.
That's right. I couldn't go.
Hers was like on the day, and so then at midnight, Isaac turned 21, and so then we were technically celebrating Isaac's at midnight. It was fun.
Nice. Yeah, I think I remember that night. I think I was sick.
It was super cold. I think I got sick.
Yeah. I was like, I had a sore throat that night. I was popping Halls all night long, just trying to get rid of it. Party, right? Yeah.
Bad boy over there.
I guzzled like a half of a bottle of NyQuil, and I was just like, just fucking take me out. I don't want to be in this hell right now. I'd rather be unconscious.
It's great.
Oh, I haven't gotten a cold this year. But, yeah.
I had a perpetual stuffy nose, I feel like, since my sophomore year in high school.
You know,
and it doesn't go away.
Like, I have a deviated septum, but like recently, you know what that is?
No.
It's where like if you looked into my Mike.
He means the microphone.
Right. No, it's just a guy named Mike, and I accidentally elbowed him here. But like a deviated septum is where like if you looked into my nose, you would see that this part of my nose is moved over into my nostril, so like this nostril can't breathe properly, so that one gets clogged pretty easily. But like recently, and I've been surprised, like I haven't gotten sick. Like usually I'm sick around this time, and I haven't even gotten my flu shot, and I probably should have. But have you gotten your flu shot, Sal?
Yeah.
Vaccinate your kids. Anyway.
God, that was one of my favorite memes. It was
vaccinate your kids.
No, it's like population control in the middle, and it's like a bunch of people holding hands, and it was like it was anti-vax moms, Thanos, Fortnite, and the LGBTQ community.
Wait, why was Fortnite?
because like
Virgins?
it's kind of
Okay.
that, and then like people don't want to have sex with people that are playing Fortnite because they're nerds and losers,
Oh my
kind of
god.
thing. It's like a whole thing.
Aren't they mostly kids?
It just well, yeah, still, who's trying to have sex with a kid?
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, that's not the reason why people are having sex with them. Just because they're playing Fortnite. It's because they're
It
kids.
is if they're adults and they're playing a game for kids.
Well, that's okay. Yes, you're right.
Which is kind of shitty. I'm actually trying to get into Fortnite to impress Bryce's nephews because they love Fortnite.
Do you really like Fortnite? I've played it.
I don't know if you heard my sentence, so I'm gonna repeat it.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into Fortnite to
Okay.
impress Bryce's nephews because they really like Fortnite.
Oh, I thought you said because I really like Fortnite, and I was like, then
I'm
why-
indifferent about it. I really don't care. It's just not my cup of tea.
It isn't mine either.
So-
I tried playing it twice, and it was okay.
I like the idea of the free for all, but my favorite gameplay of like a shooter free for all ish kind of thing is, I forgot which Call of Duty it was on, but it was the zombie mode where
Is it
you
the
just
one
have
where-
knives
Oh,
and like I think it's called Infected actually. And so like there's one person that gets picked randomly right in the beginning that becomes infected, and right off the bat they get their weapon, but then after they die all they have is a knife, like the throwing knife. And any person they kill also becomes infected, and you keep going until everyone's infected or until you win and you're not infected. And it sounds like it'd be really hard to do, but you have like a little respawn point when you become a zombie. So like once you find people, you could drop the respawn point and you could tell everyone's kind of huddled up there, and you could just throw a knife, die, respawn, drop your respawn point, throw a knife. Hopefully you get someone eventually. And then you have multiple people. So like by the end of the game, there's like 10 people just chucking knives at a group of people, and eventually they're going to get you.
interesting.
And you also run out of ammo. So like eventually you're going to lose unless you find a really good hiding spot. And one game that really stuck out to me was like, I always played it with Sam all the time because Sam had the video games.
Right.
And we were all hiding, and I was hiding in a perfect spot to where there was two entrances going in, and everyone was hiding over there where they converge, and they were just mowing people down. And I was hiding in between the two entrances behind a potted plant, laying down. And so they wouldn't find me because they just run right past me because there's no reason to turn around.
Right.
And so they just kept running, and die, eventually getting people. And then what I think happened was probably someone over there died, but they knew where I was hiding at. And so right at the end, I shit you not, 1 second left, someone walked over and just
Shanked you. Nice.
and just stabbed me, and I lost. And everyone else won, and I was like, this is bullshit.
Nice. I
Bitter.
played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I can't remember. It was on the Wii. But like I played all the way through the campaign. Tried to play like like just a live match, and
Yeah.
I was done with it forever. I'm not a huge Call of Duty fan.
That, and like, you can't go online if you're even just an average player, because the people on there are just like,
Fucking elite.
the skill gap between an average and a competitive player is just huge.
That's why I like Overwatch, which is my favorite shooter. Though I haven't played it in a while, I really need to. Because like if there are enough players on the servers, it balances out pretty well, and you work on a team. So
Yeah.
it's for the most part you're pretty balanced. But like every once in a while you get a team that completely destroys, and it's really shitty, but still super fun. Have you ever played Overwatch? You should try it.
I took like a hiatus on video games for a bit, like console systems.
Involuntarily. Yeah.
Lack of funds. And then I focused
Lack
on
of
like
funds
my
and time.
favorite game are the Pokemon games, and by that I don't mean that they're the best games. I mean it as those were some of the first games I've ever played, and I've had every one since. So it's more of almost like a brand loyalty thing. And that's not to say I think they're bad. I'm aware that they're probably not the best, but they're mine. So like during that hiatus, I had to pick, and I was like, well, I'll just keep getting DSs because they're cheaper. And then also the games for them are cheaper, especially when I'm only buying one every other year. So I did that.
Yes.
And it wasn't until after I got back from deployment where now I have what you see over there.
All those
So
beautiful, beautiful games
that are
and a
collecting dust.
PS4 Pro and no one to play them on. And a Switch.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know why you're not coming over to play video games, Kent.
I ain't got no time either, bro.
Well,
This is my time with you right now.
yeah. So another thing I'm excited about is being able to play video games with Bryce.
There you go. I
Excited
cannot
about
wait
that.
for. I shouldn't, but there's probably going to be a day during Thanksgiving break where I just play video games all day. No, I should.
That's gonna be my Thanksgiving.
I shouldn't do that.
Everyone's gonna be in there, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Bryce's nephews, let's go play some Switch games."
I've
That's what that's gonna
I've
be.
got so many. Man, I got so many computer games and PS4 games and some Switch games. What?
You can finish that because I'll feel rude.
I have so many of those games that I need to finish, and they're super good games. Some that I haven't started, some that I haven't finished. And what were you gonna say? That's all I was gonna say.
I'm so excited because I have drill this weekend, and Friday is when the new Pokemon game comes out. And this drill weekend, it looks like there's gonna be a lot of downtime.
Nice. So you're just
And
gonna
so
play
I'm
that
just
all
gonna be-
weekend.
and it's a Switch game, which means portable.
Perfect. Wait, which game?
Pokemon Let's Go. I got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
That's right.
So I'm gonna play it on the. So like I report. I probably can't say where reasons. Probably not for everyone.
To the military place.
Not that I think it's that big of a deal, but just in case it is. Report to my home station, and then we're taking a bus down to a different area to pick up the rest of the guys, and then we're taking a bus down another area to do medical stuff.
A lot of bus time.
Which means, bus time, play. It's probably gonna die. And
we'll
then
bring a charger?
yeah, but there's no portable charger.
There's no plugins on the bus. Oh.
No, I mean, yeah, you have to plug it into an outlet.
Yeah, do that.
So I'm gonna do that when we get to the place. Plug my Switch in, let it charge while I go through and do some of the medical stuff.
Do you have one of the new Android plugins? Because I think that works with the Switch, doesn't it?
You know what? You might be right.
I think so.
Because it looks. I'll check when we're done with this.
You're welcome. Maybe.
Because if that's the case, then
just
yeah,
just buy a pocket charger.
Yeah, because I already have one of those. I could just charge it up all the way.
There you go.
And then if you're right, then yeah, I could just.
You're welcome.
Charge it when need be and never have to stop playing Pokemon the entire weekend.
Now let me think. The plug-in for the Switch. I haven't looked at my Switch in a while. I thought it was a USB thing, isn't it? Or is it all plugged into or is it all connected to?
Yeah, there's no USB at the end.
Ah,
so it plugs in the Switch and then goes directly into the part that plugs into the wall.
It's been a while since I played on my Switch. I got that Switch on a day that I was super depressed, and I was working at a shitty buffet, and I had
a shitty walk.
Yeah, shitty walk's better, but I got out of work and I was like, man, today sucks, and I knew that I had more money than usual in my bank account, and I was like, if I spend $400, will everything be okay? Can I pay rent? And I was like, yep. And I went and bought a Switch, and I haven't looked back since. It was super worth it, and Breath of the Wild is probably one of my favorite games, and I love it.
Still haven't finished Breath of the Wild.
So me neither. I have over 100 hours in it, and I still haven't finished the main quest line because I dick around in RPGs all the time.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks because of my long hiatus in video games. It's hard for me to get into worlds like that, like Breath of the Wild, because I don't fully understand the lore and everything.
Oh, you don't have to.
I feel like I'm missing out.
It's okay. So that's the first Zelda game I've ever played, and I don't feel lost.
Okay, that's good, because that's what's stopping me from wanting to pick it back up. Is
no, well, I've also done my own research on Zelda games, and you get the gist. Gotcha. After Ganon's bad. You are part of the Triforce. Spoilers for anybody, but Zelda's part of the Triforce, and you two are, Ganon, Zelda, and Link are all part of the Triforce or something, and you have to defeat Ganon or whatever.
To make it a Biforce.
No, make it Triforce.
Biforce if you kill one.
Well, okay, yeah, sure, yes,
There's
you're
just
right.
A line.
And make good ones, Sal.
Thanks.
And then, Mario Odyssey. I also had to finish that one.
Still working on that.
That's
just like a Mario game, though. Is the best
that's a game where
part.
that's a great time waster. You can just sit down and go through. And I think
fun.
they designed it to be like that.
Yeah. What I'm looking forward to, and I hope the next Pokemon game is like this, Not the one that's coming out this weekend because it's not very open world. Like I want a Breath of the Wild esque Pokemon game.
Yes. I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
They've come really close with this one. Like they
Mhm.
even have Pokemon in the overworld, so like you're not walking in tall grass and then randomly finding one. Like they spawn and they're moving around in the world, and you have to
Oh,
run into
so
them.
what's wrong with it? Is it very linear? Like, are there quests that you have to
No.
follow?
It's more of, well, yeah. There's that. So like it's not open world in the sense where you could just veer off the path and be
Okay.
okay. It's
Right.
still like you go to this town, you go to this town, you go to this town, you go to this town. You can't progress till you beat this
That's very interesting.
part of thing. Which that part sucks.
Yeah.
But this new game is also a remake of the old one, so it kind of makes sense. But the other thing that I think they need to fix is like the camera angle, because it's still very much you're over the head and you
Mhm.
just see them doing things. It's not like when you get close to an object, it kind of zooms in to where it's behind you,
Right.
and then when you get further away, it kind of zooms up so you can see where you're going. It's just always over your head, and you just see as you're moving around,
Mhm.
which is fine, but not for what I want. Like I'd be okay with this still, but like this isn't bad. I
Right.
just think it could be better if they did something like that. I just don't know if they ever would, because it would take a lot.
Yeah. I
I'd
feel
imagine.
like Pokemon Go is the technically like the open world that you're looking for.
Yeah, but
But the
like
thing with
adding a
that,
storyline.
right? There's no storyline for it, which yeah,
I
that's
think I think the harder part is like how do you do it and still progress correctly. The only way I could think of is like
with the Pokemon
the
game?
entire world is open to you, but there's certain obstacles that you can only achieve after you've beaten a certain thing. So kind of like how Breath of the Wild is, where you can't do certain puzzles until you gain a certain trait or until you gain certain items, kind of thing. It'd be kind of
I can't think of one of those quests.
like the magnet pull and stuff like that. Like you can't solve certain puzzles until you get magnet pull.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
pretty linear in the sense where you
It's
don't
been
really
a
run
minute.
in.
It's been
Yeah.
a minute. I
So,
thought
like,
you got
you
the
don't-
magnet pull at the beginning, didn't you?
You do, but like
Okay.
that's the other part. Like you don't really run into those obstacles until you get it. But once you like, if you weren't to have it, then it's just blocked off. That's how I think it could work. To where like
If you
you're
don't
on
complete
this
the
part of the
tutorial,
land and you can't cross the lake until you learn how to surf on your Pokemon kind of thing, and then you're able to surf across.
really the tutorial level in Breath of the Wild was the only like fully linear thing, and I feel like they just need to do something like that with Pokemon.
Yeah, and the worst part is it can like I said, I think the only thing that could stop you is like the terrain part, because like even the water thing wouldn't work, because like you're telling me you don't know how to swim, kind of thing. It would have to be like there's a waterfall and you have to scale this really tall cliff, and you are not about to rock climb that shit.
I mean, just give
But-
Ash a stamina bar.
Right.
Honestly, they could reskin Zelda and put Pokemon in it, and I think it would be a pretty cool game.
I think it'd be a great game.
Yeah.
That'd be what I like the most. Just open world, pick your own town to go to, but like you're very aware, like this gym's gonna be way harder, so you should probably grind a lot, and you should probably just go in order, because like you're not gonna beat level 60s while you just started the game and you have like a level 5 Pokemon.
I just like the choice of I just want to have the choice to do it, Sal.
Like I'm just thinking about all the game's maps, and I'm like, this could work if instead of the linear path you could just walk through. So like they have like a linear path like this where you could just go like this, but man, you're gonna get fucked up because these are really strong.
That's the way Breath of the Wild is. You can go straight into Ganon's castle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think it could
and-
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
if they just scale the level correctly. It's just gonna be, how do you still collect? Well, no, you still could do that. You could just collect them in any order you want. You just grinded through slowly,
Collect
and then
Pokemon.
just started at the last gym, destroyed them, and they're like, shit, well now I gotta go back and get the other ones. They're just gonna be easier, kind of thing.
I think
It'd be great. I just don't think they're gonna do it.
it's today the 14th.
Yes.
Fallout 76 came out today.
Oh, is that why it was trending?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's I've been convinced by Sammy to not buy it yet, to
Yeah.
wait for reviews, because I've heard that the beta was really bad and Skyrim Online was not great, and so and everything I've heard from it, I'm just like, oh, god damn it, I really love Fallout and I really want to play it, but I also don't want to deal with that shit, and I don't have $60 to spend right now, so
See,
I'll
I
wait.
actually just like cut the games I own in half. and I sold them to GameStop to buy the new Pokemon game.
Nice. You're going to do that?
No, I already did.
Oh.
So like, I already had it pre-ordered, and then I wound up buying a game with that money. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2. And then with the leftover money, is going to go towards the Pokemon game. And now I think I only owe like not even $7, I don't think. It's going to be really cheap kind of thing. So
I've got one video game that I should probably sell to GameStop because I've never played it and I don't want to play it.
nice.
But I also was thinking, what?
Sorry. You keep going.
I was gonna say I was also thinking of going to the discount CD store, buying any cheap video games they have and reselling them to GameStop, seeing if that works. Gets me a profit.
I doubt it.
Don't step on my dreams, Sal.
Well, like they sell it at like a normal price.
The
But
CD shop or GameStop?
Yeah, like not normal price to like market value. I mean, like a normal, like, yeah, this makes sense. This is probably the price I would get if my friend tried to sell this to me, kind of thing. But GameStop still is not going to buy it for more than what you just spent. Is my issue. So what I was going to say was, with GameStop, I do believe I have a certificate. Yeah, for $5 too. So I might actually have to pay like $2 for the game.
Nice.
So that's cool. What are they saying? Active offers. What is that? One more day.
Nice.
I even bought the bundle pack that also has the Pokeball controller.
Oh, nice.
And I almost dropped my phone on my face. So that's why it's a little pricier after tax, which sucks. But all the reviews came in, and they're all at least like an 8 point something.
Oh, really?
Out of 10. Yeah, so I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
Also, because like it's just the first generation Pokemon, which kind of is shitty. I don't know how I feel about that. But I've decided to use Pokemon that I like rather than
because it's like
the strongest.
It's like Pokemon Red, right?
It's closer to like a remake of Pokemon Yellow, where you get a Pikachu as your starter.
Oh, I see.
And then it follows you around and does stuff. And then because you could get all the starters in this game too.
Oh, nice.
Like they just appear in the wild as well. And so like that's something I've wanted for a while because it never made sense that they didn't, in my own opinion.
These are the only Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle in the world.
It's like, I get that they're rare, but that doesn't mean they're the only ones left. Just straight up endangered species.
We've murdered them almost to extinction.
It's ridiculous. Especially because in the anime, you'd find like entire herds of them.
Yeah, forget the Squirtle with the sunglasses and all of his friends.
They had a whole fire department based on Squirtle.
Yeah. It's like, why are these the starters? What the fuck?
Like, fuck you. Pissed me off. So that's pretty cool. But like there's some Pokemon that I like their first form and I don't like any of the other forms. So like I'm gonna pick a Bellsprout and not let it evolve ever. And it's gonna be super weak, but I'm gonna do it because like in the newer games the power creep got so bad that if you tried to do that he would just get O-code every chance. In these games there's a chance that he could live a couple hits.
Nice.
But more importantly, I just like his like goofy little wave. And like, do you know what Bellsprout is?
I know what Bellsprout is. Yeah, that's one of the only
ones. He just looks cute. But then the second he evolves, he becomes this
monster.
Well, the last stage is a monster. The second
like
stage,
Bell.
the Weeping Bell just looks like a nerdy dork.
Yeah.
And then Victory Bell just looks terrifying and not cute. And Bellsprout just looks cute and agile. And I remember from the anime where like he was fighting a bunch of Pokemon and he would just pick them up and just throw them and like dodge attacks by just kind of moving his little vine thing away. And I was like, that's so cool. So I'm excited about using him. And then they released like a new mythical Pokemon called Meltan. And it is fucking adorable.
Oh, yeah.
And it technically evolves into this bigger thing called Melmetal that looks ugly as fuck. So I'm not letting him evolve either.
I'm suppressing all of my Pokemon.
Yeah. They're going to love themselves. And then I actually just caught a shiny Ponyta in my Pokemon Go game, which it's able to transfer from Pokemon Go to the new games. So I was like, it's fucking awesome. All this time I've been wasting is not wasted anymore. And then I caught a shiny one, so I was like, fuck yeah, because like the Ponyta, you know, it's like the horse with flames on it.
Right.
The shiny version has blue flames.
Wow.
And it looks amazing. And so I've never used like a Rapidash competitively, and now I get to use a shiny one.
Nice.
And I'm beyond excited. I had to show you because I don't think you fully understand how cool it looks as a shiny.
I actually remember do you remember the episode in Pokemon where it was discussed why Ash wasn't going to evolve Pikachu?
Stupid, but yeah.
That he doesn't evolve Pikachu? That's stupid.
Yeah.
But he's friends with Pikachu.
I don't care.
See, that made me question, like, so does Pikachu's memory, like, wipe when it evolves?
No, it was Pikachu liked being Pikachu. All its
Oh.
good memories were as a Pikachu. It didn't feel like it had to evolve just to be better. Like, that was the whole thing. Because he
I
tried to
see.
evolve him. One of the first times he tried to evolve him was to fight the Raichu, like his evolved form. And Pikachu was, like, upset, like, why do I have to change just to be better?
Oh,
Kind of thing.
damn, that's fucking deep.
Yeah, it kind of was a little bit. Whoa. But I thought he was stupid because I was like, because you are better, your stats are legitimately better.
Because Raichu is fucking OP. What are you doing?
You can't compete.
Your will die.
If I over level you as fuck, you have a chance. Okay, so this is regular Ponyta, right?
Uh-huh.
This is shiny Ponyta.
Whoa.
Doesn't it though?
I mean, it is a lot different.
It looks awesome.
Isn't the blue flames colder, though?
No, blue flames are hotter.
Oh, shit, you're right. I always get that mixed up. That does look pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about that one because Ponyta wasn't really going to be on my team, and then after I caught it, I was like, that looks fucking dope.
Could you rotate Pokemon like this from the first iteration of this game?
I don't remember.
It's been a fucking minute since I played this game. Holy shit, everything's changed. Who the fuck is this?
What?
There's Geodude. Whoa, these are like
Those are the Alolan forms.
Yeah.
Which the Vulpix. Oh, so that's the other one that's going to be on my team. Is not just a Sandshrew, but the Alolan Sandshrew.
These are weird. Oh wow, there's like a rainbow, a Technicolor. Where's the name?
He's
of
currently
this?
looking at all my Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
The Technicolor. Is it a muck?
Let me see. Oh yeah. So like,
Why
so
can't I see
the
his
regional
name?
variants are supposed to make sense for where they were found. So like that muck was like formed on like oil being dripped into the ocean kind of thing, and so it gave it like this weird filmy color.
Oh, that's weird.
And then like the Graveler that I think you saw earlier or whatever, that one's supposed to be like electrified because it was like they formed it on like a road made out of concrete, so it wasn't just like regular dirt. So like the golem looks really gross, and I don't like it because he grows like a mustache for no reason.
Interesting. So much has changed with that game since 2016.
But yeah, so like those little pieces are like magnetized pieces of the road, which gives it like an electrical charge. But my favorite one is like the Vulpix and Sandslash, but this one's just dumb. He gets hair.
There are a bunch of
Like even the
fabulous
little one,
Diglets.
like he just has like bald hair, like where you just have like a couple pieces.
He's adorable. Oh my god, he looks so dorky.
I know.
The one
And they all
fucking
have different
blonde hair.
hairstyles too.
One of them has a bowl cut. One of them has a bowl cut and like a surfer do, and then the other is like super long. What the fuck?
Which is fabulous.
So what was the?
So that one was
Number them? Is that why they're just numbers?
the numbers that I have for them is like their IVs. So like 100 is perfect, 92 is 90% or 92%.
Oh my god.
So, and some of them don't have it because I haven't looked it up yet.
Okay.
But so like the reasoning behind Diglett and Doug Trio is because like they're supposed to be moles underground.
Right.
Well, the Alolan form is supposed to be like their Hawaiian form, because that's where the Alola region is based off, is Hawaii.
Right.
And so apparently there's like ground hair that forms is what they call it, and it's near like volcanic areas. I don't know exactly what causes it, but it's actual like hair like stuff that is on top of the earth. And so they just gave him legit hair, and that's also why they're steel type in addition to ground when they get their hair is because the hair is like
Oh, it's
metallic
oh.
or whatever. And then their ability is tangling hair, to where if you make contact with them, it lowers your speed because some of their hair got on you and it made you like heavy and weighed down and
That's
stuff.
very weird.
Yeah, but it's all supposed to make sense. And then this is the adorable Alolan Vulpix, which was like adapted to like the snowy regions instead of the fiery one because it lives like on top of a mountain. And then the one that I'm going to use is the Alolan Sandshrew, which was the same thing where it adapted to the
he's so
snow
chubby.
region. And when he folds up, he turns into an igloo instead.
Oh.
And then when he evolves, though, he goes from like the regular Sandslash, which already kind of looked cool, to the Ice and Steel type Sandslash.
Oh, damn.
Where they gave him icicles for skills instead of like groundy rock things. So, and Steel type's my favorite type, so I was like, "You're on the team, bud." And he was like, "That's cool." And they did a weird thing with Rattata, or like regular Rattata, and then he stands up and gets a mustache, and he's the Alolan version. Which for them, they turned Dark type because they had to. In the area where they were at, there was a predominant predator that was only awake during the day, and so they adapted to hunting at night, and so then they became nocturnal and had to change that way.
Ooh, Pokemon teaching evolution.
Which is crazy because that's the way like the Hawaiian society was too, because they had a migrant. I forgot what the name of that animal species was. So all the rats that were there adapted to start being nocturnal, kind of thing. And so like,
didn't they bring like pigs over?
That too, and then some of them escaped, and now they have a big wild pig issue.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of other ones. This one was just dumb. It just looks like he ate too much, but it's the Alolan version of Persian, which was like.
He looks like he's eating too much.
Just a fat version of the same cat. And what happened with that was people brought their Meowths over, and then the royalty of Hawaii, back when it was like its own country kind of thing.
Yeah.
They liked Meowth as like a symbol of royalty, and so they spoiled it and gave it more jewels, and so then the cat became fat, yes, because it was spoiled, but then it also became like basically a bitch, like a stuck-up bitch, because they got everything they ever wanted. They didn't have to, kind of thing.
Typical.
And so then it made it evil, which made it the dark type kind of thing because of its bad personality. I'm trying to think of whichever ones. I already told you about the golem, then the muck. This one was, it made sense, just not the typing. So Executor turned into
a fucking palm
a
tree.
Alolan Executor, which
you
is
can't even
just
see his head.
It just became a living meme.
That's funny. And it's a dragon, right?
Yeah, that's the part that doesn't make sense to me, is why it's a dragon
That's
type.
silly.
Marowak, I don't have one, but the illusion form is one of those fire dancers that spin the fire things.
And it's like
which
spinning his bone.
looks cool for him because, yeah, his bone's just on fire and he spins it around.
Yeah.
And he's like a different color, too. I think that's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one. But yeah,
Nice.
they're pretty cool. I actually liked almost all the Alolan forms. The Executor one was the best because of all the memes that came out. With it. There was one that was like the tallest objects, and it was like a whole bunch of things, like the Empire State Building, Mount Everest, and there was just a Alolan Executor's head just speaking out. Oh, good times. I can't wait to play it.
Those are games that I think I can't get into just because I'm not.
I'll let you play it.
I don't know if I'd be able to get into it.
Like, it's the perfect game to get into, like this one particularly, because it's familiar enough to where you won't feel left behind.
I didn't even play any of the original games.
Yeah, but you know who they are.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to look at them like, oh, I know who that one is. But then when you see new ones, it's few and far between that you're like, oh, you'll just learn to like, get adjusted. Like, I don't think I'd be able to jump in now if I hadn't before, especially even if I just had like a little bit of knowledge.
Right.
Because I'd be like, I am left behind.
Oh, this is reminding me. This morning, Megan, before she left, she was like, "Do you want Pokemon cards?" And I was like,
That's random.
Sure. And she was like, "Here's a stack of Pokemon cards that I had to take from some kids, because she took them because they were messing with them in school. This is last year when her class was really terrible, and two kids were arguing about whose they were, and they couldn't decide like whose they were. So she was like, fine, and she took them, and she never gave them back, and now they're gone to a different grade. And she's pretty sure that they were stolen from somebody other than those two, but she still has them, and so now I have a little stack of Pokemon cards.
What kind are they? Are they good?
Like 25% of them, there's like probably 50 cards, but like 25% of them are the actual Pokemon cards, and I think I have a couple Charmanders and some weird ones that I've never heard of. I can't remember the names, and the rest of them are like trivia cards from way like the first Pokemon movie.
Oh.
Like they're all beat up and like dog-eared in some points, but like they're old, and I was just like, how do these kids even get these? Like they have to be stolen from somewhere. But yeah,
That's
so
cool.
now I just have a teeny little stack of Pokemon
We
cards.
should bring them over sometime. That'd be cool. I used to collect Pokemon cards.
Maybe I'll just give them to you.
So.
Do you still collect? No. Yeah.
It's
I
too
need to
pricey.
find my Pokemon
It
cards.
was a terrifying habit.
I have like a binder and a half full of Pokemon cards. And with my, oh god, I wonder where those are. That's going to be a huge nostalgia trip for me if I look through my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have even more Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I've got like a stack that is like almost a foot tall.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a ton.
I have an ass load of Pokemon cards at one point, like into the thousands.
I even collected, oh really?
Yeah, like it was
Damn.
a lot because I've been collecting them since I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And like I kept going, and then when I became an adult, especially with like a good paying job, then I had money to do it on my own. Before it used to be like I want Pokemon cards for Christmas or my birthday, or like my mom would be like, you've been really good, so like I bought you a pack of Pokemon cards, and I get so excited. But it would just be little bits here and there adding up.
And now you're an adult, and you're just
And
like,
then,
I can buy all the Pokemon cards.
Like I had to stop. Like I legit had to stop because it was like eating into me financially, and I was like, this is becoming an addiction.
Oh my god.
And like I don't do anything with them. I just like collecting them and like being like, oh, this is so cool. And then I stopped and I was like, you know what? I bet I have enough to where I can make like a competitive Pokemon deck. And I was like, why not? Let's get into this. And I tried, and then I don't think it was a lack of the cards. It was a lack of understanding, because it was the first time I ever done it. So I was like, oh, these guys are strong, but I didn't understand how the game worked. So it was like I could never get them out because I had to evolve them up. Right. Where everyone else was like, this one, this one, this one, draw, 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 this one, this one, this one. You can't do anything. You're dead. And I lose. And it would just be like, it was so, I was like, well, this fucking sucks.
Like
and so I was done.
You just walk out in a huff, you're like, you're all a bunch of nerds! And you just leave.
Yeah. It wasn't even that. I was like envious of them, but I was like, I'm not about to like, I didn't want to copy their style, but I felt like I had to buy more to get their cards that they had, and then make a deck that was like theirs. And I was like, that's, no. Mm-hmm. It was like, I have to stop then.
I remember when I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh, I actually tried to like organize a deck and like duel people, and I don't remember who I dueled, because they were big in our class in like the old grade school, but I think I tried to duel someone and they won because we didn't fucking know how to play. It was a completely stupid game, but they won, and they tried to like be like, now get all your cards, and I was like, fuck you. These are my cards. But yeah, those were good times.
I get it, because that's what they did in the anime.
Right, exactly.
They'd be like, I won, I get your best card.
Right.
Of basically my choice. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I thought about getting into Magic the Gathering, but then I remembered that I'm poor and can't afford it. So
right? Like I don't think I'd mind that either.
Like I just want it for the art, honestly. Like just looking at those cards are so cool.
I like the strategy aspect.
Oh yeah.
But that's why like I don't want something too complex. Like Pokemon's not that complex.
It's not. You just follow the instructions on the card. Yeah.
I mean, they've had a couple new rules, but they get rid of old rules typically. So like when they bring in something like a new type of card, they'll be like, well, now these ones are not allowed in like the main format. These ones are. So like it's not like you're constantly building on old rules. It's like a foundation, and then one set will have these rules, and then the next set will get rid of them. Or sometimes it'll be like, this set has this rule, this set adds on to that, this set adds on to it, and now this one gets rid of all three, and you start anew. It's kind of like a phase. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool in
Nice.
that sense. But like Yu-Gi-Oh has been building on itself, so now it's like impossible to get back into it.
I am amazed that they're still going on. Like, I thought they were done when they started riding motorcycles. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, I stopped before that, but I remember everything about it. Yeah.
Like, I had stopped before that, and then I was just flipping through channels one day, and they were literally, I don't know if this is how the whole series is now, but like, what it looked like was the dueling arena was them riding motorcycles around like a NASCAR fucking track while they were flipping cards on their little arm deals. And I remember when that was new, when the arm,
and that
like,
was cool though.
that was cool. And then they started the motorcycles, and I was like, what the fuck why do you have to ride motorcycles to do this? What the fuck is the point? And I'm sure some friggin' nerd can be like, oh, they gotta ride the motorcycles to charge up their cards, or they can feel the heart of the cards is only visible if they're going 1,000,000 miles an hour. And
I still say heart of the cards when I'm playing any type of card game.
we were all saying I put my when we were playing we were playing Sammy's game. We were all just like, I put this card in defense mode, and Sam's like, that's not how it fucking works, you idiot.
When I put a card face down on accident, it was like Zach was like, oh, it's a trap card.
It's a trap card, yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend Sammy made a game for his class, a game design class, where it's called Santa's Workshop, and you have to build toys with the cards that you have before other people can, and it's actually super fun. The only downside is that he has no physical cards for it. We had to do it on this weird like online thing, and it's a pain in the ass to play on that, but it's a super fun game. When's his next test? Do you remember?
No idea.
I
don't keep track of Sammy's schedule.
He'll
Mine's
he'll text us and be like, I need testers or I'm gonna fail. But so no, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? Let's bring it all back full circle for the next 10 minutes. For those of you that are still with us after that long Pokemon tangent.
Mine is the turkey the next day and a turkey sandwich. Hands down, the best.
Me too. I just love the whole thing. It's so, like, the day of, I fill up my plate more full than ever. Like, I want fucking food in my belly. I'm just like, give me all the food. I will eat till I'm sick. This is good food.
So what I'm most excited about this time, because I don't know if we'll get any leftovers because it's not my family. I don't know how they run. I don't know how they run things.
I don't get leftovers from my family because
so sad.
because my aunt she's hosting a bunch of people there during that whole time, and so she has to feed them with something, and so she just feeds them the leftovers, and so I never get to take any home. But with Megan's family, her mom is planning to send leftovers. I'm just like, hell yes, I'm ready. But yeah,
that'd be dope. I guess what I'm most excited to eat, thinking about it right now, is a pie, depending on which ones they have. Like, I like pumpkin pie and I like apple pie, but like what I'm most in the mood for right now is the pumpkin pie, but only if it's like cooked really warm in the middle, but with like a crisp crust. And I really want a scoop of ice cream on top.
I'm actually not a fan of pumpkin pie.
I was saying apple, but
oh, you said pumpkin.
I also like pumpkin, but what I really want right now.
You said pumpkin.
I did, yeah, but what I really want right now.
Right.
I said I'm a fan of pumpkin and apple pie, but what I really want right now is the apple pie.
You didn't say that.
I swear to God, I did.
No, you said pumpkin. I'll go back in the recording.
Okay, we will go back when.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure. Because I heard pumpkin, but like. But yeah. I actually do love apple pie now.
It's like apple pie with vanilla ice cream on top. And if they have it like a caramel drizzle.
That's an American dish right there.
So fucking good.
Yum.
And then deviled eggs.
Really? Deviled eggs?
Deviled eggs. And we always made it at Thanksgiving, so I hope they do.
I mean, I don't know if you can bank on that. Different families.
I'm not going to bank on it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I hope they do.
I love stuffing and...
Not a fan of stuffing. Like,
really?
I'm not against it. It's just not something I'm looking forward to at all.
I love it. It's so good. I take on Thanksgiving, I actually take like 3 or 4 rolls and I butter them up and I literally just make sandwiches out of all my stuff. Like the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, the turkey, and then I eat it. It's
I do that too.
So fucking good. I could eat that every day. It's delicious.
The only thing I don't eat that I think other people might get mad at is I don't like gravy. So I don't put gravy on anything.
We're no longer friends. This is the last episode of the podcast.
I love dark meat. I don't like white meat.
I'll give you that one.
But I like white meat preferred in my sandwiches. Because like the main reason I don't like it is because it's dry.
I eat a turkey sandwich like almost every damn day, so you'd think I'd be sick of it, but I'm not.
It's a different kind of turkey though.
It is. Deli turkey's a lot different.
Well,
do you like? Have you ever had? Do you bake the turkey like in an oven?
Yeah.
Okay, because my family, they bake a turkey in the oven, and I think they did 2 last year. They bring it outside, and they've got like deep fryers, and they fry it, and it is so fucking good. It is the best.
Never
That's
had
my
fried turkey, but that sounds delicious.
That is my.
Do they do it with the stuffing in it too when they fry it?
No, stuffing goes in afterwards. Or wait, no. How do they do that?
So
they don't put the stuffing in when they fry, because it's literally a like pot of boiling oil.
Yeah.
And they dip it in. So no, they don't put the stuffing in. I think they just put it in the baked one.
I think that could be good too. Like after it's cooked, and then you dip it in, just to add like a crisp.
You know what? I just remembered. They don't even put the stuffing in the turkey
at all.
No, they just keep it like in its own separate thing, which I'm okay with, honestly. Because I mean, you're taking it out of the turkey anyway. Because like.
Yeah. So like what we do is we cook the turkey, and then right before it's done, we put the stuffing in. Like we cook the stuffing-ish on the stove, like getting it all ready, and then we put it in the turkey and bake it for like the last couple minutes. That way it gets like a little bit of the turkey stuff, and then like bacon in the oven adds like a different texture to it than just cooking it on the stove real quick.
Right.
And then when you take it out, it's a little extra.
That sounds delicious.
And so then that's why I was asking about the fried, because that sounds really good if like the turkey's cooked. And then you dip it in one more time, and then like the stuffing gets a fried flavored too.
That would be interesting.
That could be really good.
I should suggest
especially
that.
if you dip it in this way, because then none of the stuffing will fall out. And you just...
It's so good. I'm happy to go. I'm happy to go to Megan's parents because they are very good at cooking food. But I will honestly miss not having the turkey that I usually do, because like that. Oh God, I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, oh, I want it. It's so good.
I gotta talk to Bryce and see what his family does, because I didn't even think about that. I may be walking into a shit show.
They may be one of those families that have spaghetti on Thanksgiving or something weird.
Really good. It's not. It's a different good.
It's like an Italian Thanksgiving.
We all just go out to eat Chinese food. Now, like the fact that he said the Thanksgiving part isn't the main part. Theirs is the Black Friday part. Now,
right.
I probably shouldn't be surprised if he says, "Oh, we don't do much. We buy like
we just order Chinese.
Like, we buy a store-bought turkey and eat like, like already cooked kind of thing." I don't know if they do that actually, but sure.
I don't know.
Assuming that's a thing.
I don't know if they cook store-bought.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that works. It's never been a thing that we even considered, so I don't know.
You're just going into complete miss. You're going to get there and it's going to be totally normal. It's going to be a totally normal.
It's going to be like a microwave turkey.
Yeah. It's going to be deli turkey on a bun.
It's going to be like a lean cuisine, all of them just turkey-based meals.
It's going to be Lunchables with like a can of Capri Sun deep dish pizza.
A can of Capri Sun? Do you have those?
Do you remember that? Oh.
No, obviously no.
Apparently not. Yeah, no, I used to love the deep dish Lunchables pizzas, and they would actually have like a can of like cherry Capri Sun, and it was the best. And I don't know if they still do that anymore, but oh God, that's one of those like childhood meals that I fucking love so much. That and fish sticks. I love fish sticks. Loved. I haven't had them in a while. Or corn dogs. Do you like corn dogs?
Yes. It's been a while since I've had that or fish sticks, so.
I bought a box of frozen corn dogs, and it was not as good as I expected it.
I was going to say, I can't. Thinking about it right now, I don't think I want one. But I really want pizza rolls.
Like Tostitos pizza rolls? Oh, yeah.
Or like even just a microwave pizza.
Microwave pizza's delicious. DiGiorno's.
I don't even get that. I get like the basic Totino's pizza. They used to be circular. Now they're square for some god awful reason. So I only have circular plates. So there's just 4 corners hanging off the side, but it's fine.
Cut it up.
And it's frozen. I mean, when I put it in the microwave, then it just.
Whoa! Wait a minute. You don't put it in the oven?
No.
Oh, why?
That's what. Because I just like it that way.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like I like the crisp, but I don't like the weight. I don't like building up for it, and then sometimes it gets burnt because you put it like the microwave. It's very vanilla. You just put it in, you set the time, it's done. And then I put like shredded cheese on top too.
Nice.
And I just throw it in, and like people say it's weird, but like I'm not doing it for the texture. I think it tastes amazing that way, and you don't have to wait as long. I'm very aware it's not anything compared to like even if I went to Pizza Hut and got a pizza, but it's also only about $2. So
right. I'm off of Pizza Hut for a while because last time I had it, something was up with my stomach and I had the shits, and it was not fun. Granted, I also ate an entire medium pizza by myself and also cheese breadsticks and had a Coke with it too. So like, my body was like, okay, you fucking piece of shit, here we go, and it was not fun.
yeah.
So I'm off Pizza Hut for a while. But DiGiorno's is delicious. I remember when I was a kid, I would eat Tostitos all the time. Like, that was the only pizza we ate in my house. It was the bomb. But I'm totally DiGiorno's. I've been turned.
Well, I think I'm calling it Kent.
Okay, that's fine.
Holiday special, guys. Go spend time with your friends and family.
1 hour, perfect. Cool.
Ah, okay.
Yep, it's perfect timing.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. See you next week.
Yeah, that's never wrong until it is.
It brings